Pick up an iPhone anywhere in the world today. There is roughly a 1 in 5 chance it was built in India. 5 years ago, that chance was close to zero. This is India's quiet export revolution. And the iPhone is the clearest place to watch it happen. Look at the trajectory. In 2021, iPhone exports from India were worth about $500 million. The next year, 1 billion. Then 5. Then 10. By 2025, 14 billion. And by December 2025, this financial year alone had already crossed $28 billion. Cumulatively, India has now shipped around $50 billion of iPhones, about 4,15,000 crore rupees. But the iPhone is an indicator, not the whole story. In 2014, India had 2 mobile phone factories and imported almost everything else. Today, there are more than 300. 99% of the phones sold in India are now made in India. A decade ago, that figure was 26%. India is now the world's second largest mobile phone manufacturer. So what changed? In March 2020, the government launched the Production-Linked Incentive Scheme. The design is the whole point. The incentive was tied to actual production and sales, not to announcements, not to promises. Manufacture at scale and you are rewarded. That single change rewired the commercial logic of building in India. You can see it in Apple's 2 phases. Apple started assembling in India in 2017, a small presence. After 2020, the scale changes sharply. Apple now runs 5 iPhone assembly plants here, 3 under the Tata Group, 2 under Foxconn. And it is not only Apple. Samsung has exported nearly $17 billion of devices since 2021. Under the smartphone scheme, cumulative production has crossed 7,15,000 crore rupees. Those numbers are factories, supply chains, and roughly 3.5 lakh jobs linked to Apple's ecosystem alone. About 1.5 lakh of them direct. Now, the strongest objection. India is not really manufacturing iPhones, the argument goes. It is only assembling them. It is worth taking seriously. But it misreads how modern manufacturing works. A smartphone is thousands of components, made across dozens of countries, brought together through final assembly at scale. That is not a shortcut around manufacturing, it is the structure of advanced manufacturing. And assembly is where countries first learn the discipline. Training labor, stabilizing quality control, clustering suppliers. So the real question is not whether India started with assembly, it is whether assembly is turning into something deeper. The evidence says it is. Tata took over Wistron's Karnataka plant in 2023, then bought into Pegatron. Since 2024, Indian component makers, Motherson, Hindalco, Bharat Forge and others have entered the supply chain. The footprint now reaches Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat and Haryana. Here is the honest part. Domestic value addition in Indian smartphones reached about 19% by mid-2025, up from single digits. China sits near 40 to 45%. India has built the scale, it has not yet built the depth. But notice the sequence. Policy changed the incentives. Incentives drew in scale. Scale pulled in global firms. Global firms anchored supplier ecosystems. And those ecosystems are what create localization, employment, and value addition. In that order. India has secured a place in one of the world's most demanding manufacturing chains. The harder task, turning scale into depth, is the one that is only just beginning.